I'm going to develop cryptography algorithm based Android app. So if you get any difficulty or error while making this project, then please email me on the displayed email address. And you can see that this is gonna be our app, and we are having a input text where we are inputting some normal string text, and then we are giving a key for the encryption, and afterwards we will be clicking on the encryption button, and here you can see that it is encrypted with the help of this secret key, and then we can copy it. Okay, so this is the demo of our project, and now we are going to create this. First of all, open the Android Studio and click on create new Android project. After that, you will be selecting the empty activity, and now you have to give the name of the app. So I give the name as Crypto Algo, and then make sure that you have selected the language as Java, because this app is gonna be developed with using Java language. Then click on finish. After that, the app will be built out in Android Studio. So here you have to wait for a moment till it build up, and henceforth you can see that now it is configuring the project. That means all the dependencies of the basic Android project are being downloaded or set up in the Android Studio for our project. So here it is scanning the indexes, and this is the common part. You have to make sure that you have selected the language Java for it. So here you can see that now the project has been built up, and after that we are going to make some changes. And what are those changes, and it will be shown up in the next few moments. So here you can see that we are on our main activity right now, and we have the XML files and the Java files. So we are going to use a few algorithms based on DES, encryption decryption in cryptography. So first of all, you have to create another Java class. So here I am right clicking on Java and then clicking on the Java class, and here I am giving the name. So I gave the name as app. Okay, so here I have given the class name and created it, but it is created in the wrong place, so I've deleted it and will create with this selected part, that is the name of our package. You have to select the name of our package, then click on the right button, then you have to make the Java class. Make sure that you are doing the same. After that, we are going to our design part, that means XML part. So we are in the main XML file, and here we have to remove this constraint layout, and instead of this constraint layout we will be adding here the new linear layout. So it will be shown up in the scrolling. Yes, after that you have to delete this text view. So now we have to add few properties for our linear layout, and one of them is the orientation. After that, the padding is also the important part for this linear layout, and the background will be given as black color. Okay, afterwards within this linear layout you have to make another linear layout having width and height as match parent and wrap content. Also, the orientation for this linear layout is horizontal, and within this linear layout one more linear layout is being created here with width and height as match parent and wrap content, orientation as vertical, and the weight is given as 1. After that you have to make a text view within this linear layout having ID as text title, And then we have to add few more properties for this text view, like we have to give some margin. So I am giving the margin as 2 dp and the layout weight is given as 1. After that you have to select left as the gravity of the layout, and then the text will be given here, input text, then some text related attributes like text style, text size is being given here. After that the text color is chosen as white. After that this text view is completed, and after the text view we have to make another text view having width and height as match parent and wrap content. After that you have to add the id for this text view too, and the id should be char_count. After that few more properties like margin from the bottom is given as 2 dp and the gravity is chosen as left, whereas the text is given as 0. It will count up the number of characters that you have entered to decrypt or encrypt. After that we are giving the text size and the text color. So this text view is also completed. Let me remove this extra space. You can see that there is lots of extra space is there. After that we are out of one linear layout, and after that we are going to add button here, and we will be giving the width and height as wrap content and 40 dp, and the id will be given as delete_normal, and the text for the button is delete. So this button is completed. We need to add one more button here with the same properties that we have used earlier, only the button text and id will be different here. So what will be the button text? It is copy, and the id is copy_normal. After that this button is also completed, and we are going to remove this extra space here. I hope you are seeing the code rightly, and then we are out of one more linear layout, and now we are going to add a edit text here with width and height as match parent. id is given as normal text. This edit text will be used to input our text, and the layout weight is given as 1. Also the background for this edit text view, edit text is given as white but in the form of hex, and then ems is also given here as 10. Then the gravity will be top or XOR left. It means left on the top. And then the input type. So the input type will be multi-line text. And then we are going to add some more attributes here, but it is not showing in the scrolling part, so we will be adding it by customization. Like first of all we have to add the tools, then layout editor underscore absolute x, and it is given as 35 dp. Afterwards we will be copy the same and doing for the y-axis, and yes, but it should be by, and then the value will also change to 5, so it is okay. And then this added text is also completed, but the height is wrap content. Okay, let me change it back to the match parent. It will have no effect. Afterwards we are going to add various views, it will be adjusted automatically. After that, we are going to add the text view here with the ID as text view, and then the width and height for this text view is match parent and wrap content. Also, the margin from the top is given as 10 dp. Then we are searching for the margin from the bottom, and it is given as 5 dp. Afterwards, the gravity will be added here as left, and then the normal text is given here as secret key. So secret key will be of 8 characters, so we are adding this also, that you have to enter only 8 characters. Okay, now the text size, it should be 18 sp, and then the few more attributes or properties of text like color is given as white. So this text view is also completed, and after that we have to copy this added text and paste it just below the text view and change the ID. We will be adding the ID as key, and then let me see what else we can change here. So I am saying that the gravity is not needed here, so I have deleted that gravity. Also, the weight is no more needed, and the height will be 45 dp. Okay, so this added text is also completed, and now we are going to add a linear layout here with width and height as match parent and wrap content. Also, the margin is taken as 10 dp here, and gravity as center. For this linear layout, also the orientation is horizontal. Within this new linear layout, we are going to add few more views, such as the new linear layout inside the outer linear layout. And here we are giving the weight for this linear layout as 1, and the orientation for this is different and it's vertical. And within this linear layout, we are going to add a text view, and for this text view, let me add a ID like title 2. After that, you have to add margin from the top as 3 dp, and then the layout weight is given as 1. The text color is chosen as white. Then the text size or text style is given as bold, and then text is given as encrypted text. Now the size of the text is given as 18, and then the gravity is chosen as left. So this text view is also completed, and now we are going to add one more text view here with width and height as match parent and wrap content. ID is given as char_count2, and the gravity of this text view is left only, and then the margin from the bottom is 2 dp. And now we are adding the text and text color, text size kind of thing necessary for text properties of the text view. So this linear layout is completed. Now we are in the outer linear layout. Here we have to add button, and for this button we have properties like width and height as wrap content and 40 dp. Then we are choosing the ID as delete cipher. Now for this button we are going to add the text as delete, and this button is completed. Now we have to add one more button, so we copied it and paste it here. Now we will be just changing the ID to copy cipher and the text to copy. Okay, so these two buttons are added, and now I am going to remove this extra space, and within the linear layout let me add padding for this button, as these buttons are merged into one another. I want to separate them, so let me try to add few properties like margin. You can see that margin separated them, so I have added the margin as 7 dp. Now for the above buttons I have to add the margin here. Let's see, 7 dp, but it acted on both of the sides, so let me remove this margin and try to add it here. Let me add margin 7 dp, and it is also working as the same, but we are having another option like margin from the left. It is not working, so I've changed it to margin from the right. Yes, it worked. So this is how you learn that how to work in XML for the designing purpose. You have to make mistakes and then correct them. This is the only way to learn designing by XML coding. Okay, so we are out of the linear layout right now, and here we have to copy few views such that I am copying it. I am searching for it first of all. Yes, this added text and text view, I should copy them. So I will copy them and paste it in the below linear layout. Yes, within this linear layout, the outer one. Okay, I will paste it here. But this text view is not necessary, so I will delete this text view, only the added text will remain. Okay, don't worry if you have messed up anywhere. I will be completing this XML part, then I will scrolling from the starting to end, then you can correct the code. Don't worry about these things. So I have added the ID for this edit text as ciphertext, and after that I have to add a linear layout here which has the width and height as match parent and wrap content, and the margin from the bottom is 20 dp for it. Also the orientation is horizontal, and this linear layout is closed, and within this linear layout we have to add buttons for the encryption and decryption. So let me add button here. So button, and then the width and height for this button is given as wrap content. Also the ID is decrypt, and then I have to add margin from the top side as 9 dp for this button, and now the weight for this button is 1. Afterwards the text will be given for this button as decrypt. Now I have to copy this button and paste it here, but I have to change the ID, like that button for encryption, that button for decryption, and this is for encryption. So our XML part is completed, but I have to add few more properties for this button part, as these buttons are also merged. So let me add some margin for the two buttons. Okay, so this is also completed, and let me make changes within the margin and see that which works prettier. For this I have to increase it, so I will just double it, like I will make it 14. So now it is looking more good, and we'll do the same here, 14 dp. Now looking good, and you can see that. So this is the end of our XML coding. And now I have to make change in the margin of the count text view. So this is text view 2, and also make the change in count text view 1. So I will just increase it by 1. Okay, so this is now completed, and now I'm scrolling it, and if you get messed up at anywhere, then please pause the video and correct your code, because this code right now is error free. There are no errors. As you can see that if you have messed up at anywhere, then pause the video and correct that part. You can see that, but there is lots of space between these closing of two linear layout of the end part. So let me just remove this extra space. So I have removed it now, and yeah, we are ready to go.